The fuck? Bro, I think I got permanently fucking suspended on Twitch. For that.
It says indefinite, or what does it say?
Like, yeah, permanently suspended.
It says permanently?
Yeah. How does that even happen? Events code of conduct. And unacceptable behavior at Twitch event. Oh, it's 1 year. Wait, Mike, it's 1 year. 1 year?
Not bad.
It says violation expiration.
Oh, that's what I get unbanned.
Let's go.
We both get unbanned.
It's a 1 year ban. I get a 1 year break.
So check this out. Jack Doherty is getting hit with bans left and right, like his whole online world is crumbling in real time. His main money plug, Kick, already cut him loose, and now people are saying Twitch banned him too, even though he never even streamed on there. The crazy part, Twitch supposedly banned him just because he snuck into a TwitchCon party without permission, like he was creeping into some VIP spot he had no business being in. But that's not even the wildest twist. Jack is now banned from stepping foot inside any shopping mall. Yes, every single one. That's next level wild behavior. These malls are done dealing with his reckless stunts, disrespectful antics, and non-stop chaos, like he turned the food court into his personal playground or something. They basically said, no more, we're shutting this whole thing down. And now comes the part nobody saw coming. Jack Doherty actually wrote a pardon request to the President of the United States. Like, he really sat down and asked the President for forgiveness over mall bans and platform bans. That's a move nobody expected, and it makes this whole situation even more shocking. This whole thing isn't just some online argument anymore. It's turning into a full-blown circus with real-world consequences flying at him from every direction. So let's break down how everything spiraled out of control and what actually happened during one of Jack's latest streams, because the way this mess exploded is straight up unbelievable. So here's where the chaos really kicked off. Jack brought in Joshua Block like he always does whenever the views start dipping, but this time everything blew up way bigger than anyone expected. Jack and his whole crew ended up in a full-on brawl inside the mall, and the footage is straight up wild. But before all that went down, there was this grimy moment where Jack publicly embarrassed Joshua on stream, then tried to act like he was helping him afterward. People in the background were clowning Joshua, calling him names and laughing at how stressed he looked, and the whole thing felt planned from the jump. It was giving setup vibes heavy. Jack has pulled this move before, bringing Joshua onto the stream just to poke at him, humiliate him, and get some cheap views off his reactions. It's like he keeps Joshua around not as a friend, but as a prop for drama, and this time it was extra messy. But that wasn't even close to the end of it. Once they got deeper into that mall, things turned explosive. Out of nowhere, a group of random haters rolled up and started straight disrespecting Joshua Block right in front of everyone. You could practically feel the tension in the air the second they stepped up. The energy shifted instantly, like everyone knew this was about to go left real quick. And trust me, this moment is where everything started spiraling into pure mayhem. Then out of nowhere, that same person took things way too far. They straight up tossed something into Jack Doherty's crew's food. Like, who even does that? The second that happened, the whole vibe flipped instantly. Jack's squad snapped into reaction mode, and before anyone could even process what they saw, fists were flying, chairs were shaking, and the mall exploded into full-on madness. It looked like the whole place turned into a street fight in seconds. Security didn't stand a chance trying to control that chaos. They were scrambling, completely overwhelmed as the brawl broke out right in front of shoppers just trying to mind their business. But hold on, this is where things get real interesting. Some people keep trying to say Jack isn't fully to blame for how everything escalated, but we gotta rewind and look closely at what his bodyguard was doing during all this wild action. Because once you really pay attention, things start looking way more questionable. Instead of calming the situation down like an actual professional, the dude looked amped up, like he was ready to jump into the drama the second anything popped off. He wasn't giving protection energy. He was giving, I want to be part of the fight energy. That's not security. That's just adding gasoline to a fire that was already burning out of control. And yeah, some people love to criticize me when I say Jack's bodyguard is basically useless out there, but seriously, look at the footage. Every time Jack needs someone to chill things out, the guy is either lost, confused, or hyped like he's trying to film his own action movie. It's wild. This whole mess shows exactly what I've been saying. When everything went crazy, Jack's bodyguard didn't do a single thing. He just stood there frozen while the mall turned into a straight battlefield. No stepping in, no calming things down, no protecting anyone, nothing. With chaos exploding all around him, he looked like he wasn't even sure why he was there. And honestly, if Jack's own crew is moving with this kind of reckless, out-of-control energy, it's no surprise malls want nothing to do with them anymore. Like seriously, who would risk letting a group that brings this level of drama walk through their doors again? Any business would look at that situation and say, yeah, we're not doing this twice. Jack and his whole squad gotta take responsibility because they didn't just get caught in the fight. They helped spark it, amp it up, and keep it going until the whole mall was in chaos. There's no dodging it. This disaster has Jack's crew written all over it. But then things took an even stranger turn. Out of nowhere, Joshua Block started acting weird again, like really off, and nobody could even figure out why. It didn't look natural at all. He wasn't reacting to anything specific happening around him. It was like he suddenly flipped into this confused, overwhelmed mode, and the whole vibe shifted instantly. And when you really think about it, you gotta ask yourself, who's the one pulling the strings in this whole situation? Because Joshua doesn't just switch up like that for no reason. With everything going down on Jack's stream and all the chaos circling around him, who else could be calling the shots besides Jack Doherty himself? The way Joshua was moving, talking, and reacting looked way too controlled, almost like Jack was secretly guiding him through every moment. It didn't feel natural at all. It felt staged, like someone was pulling invisible strings the entire time. And once things spiraled completely out of control, security had no choice but to jump in. Officers came rushing over trying to calm everything down, but by that point, the damage was already done. Jack Doherty and his whole squad had turned the entire place into straight madness. It wasn't just a little trouble. The whole vibe of the mall was wrecked. People were confused, stressed out, and just trying to get out of the way while Jack's wild streaming antics drowned the whole place in chaos. But here's the thing, Jack and his crew didn't chill out after leaving the building either. The drama followed them all the way into the parking lot like it had its own legs. The tension kept rising as a group nearby started filming the aftermath on their phones, trying to capture every second of what had just gone down. And instead of walking away or letting things cool off, Jack decided to keep the whole situation alive. This time, he had his so-called OnlyFans bodyguards glued to his side. And I'm calling them that because they were stuck on him like they were official security, even though they clearly weren't doing any kind of de-escalation at all. These girls weren't trying to calm the situation, talk things down, or guide him out safely. Not even close. They were hyping the moment, sticking close for the chaos, and acting more like part of the show than people trying to keep things under control. It was wild to watch, and the energy just kept getting hotter as the night went on. They started mocking and laughing at the teens right there in the parking lot, throwing slick comments and acting like the whole situation was just entertainment for them. The scene felt like a bootleg reality show that spun totally out of control. And honestly, it really looked like Jack brought those girls along specifically to act like some kind of protection squad whenever things got wild. But instead of calming the moment down, they made it 10 times louder. Their taunting and attitude didn't cool anything off. It only pushed the chaos even further until everyone around could feel the tension exploding again. And trust me, it didn't stop there. Not even close. A group of teenagers managed to track Jack Doherty and his crew down again, even after the madness inside the mall. As Jack was heading back home, out of nowhere, these teens popped up ready to stir things up all over again, almost like the chaos had GPS on him. It was wild to see how the whole situation flipped. People aren't scared to confront Jack anymore. They're fed up and they're stepping right up to challenge him. It's like the public finally hit their limit with all the wild stunts, disrespect, and nonstop problems that seem to follow Jack everywhere he goes. Folks used to ignore his antics, but now they're calling him out in his face. And here's the part that really shocks everyone. The people confronting Jack aren't random haters off the street. They're his own audience. The same supporters who used to hype him up, defend him, and cheer him on. Now they're turning their backs on him one by one. It's like his whole fan base is flipping into full-on revolt mode, tired of all the messy energy he brings with him everywhere. But just when you think the whole situation can't get any more ridiculous, the next moment seals it. Guess who pulls up again? Mr. Useless himself, Jack Doherty's bodyguard. This man shows up like he's about to do something important, like he's making some grand entrance, only to literally do nothing all over again. Instead of stepping in or handling anything, he just stands there watching everything unfold like he's an extra in the background of someone else's scene. It was so bad, it almost looked comedic, like he was pretending to be security without any actual security skills. Instead of stepping in or clearing those teenagers out, he just stood there like a statue while everything fell apart. And now the internet is roasting him nonstop, calling him useless and wondering why he's even there. It's honestly embarrassing at this point. This whole situation makes one thing obvious. Jack Doherty and his so-called bodyguard squad have become a straight-up joke. They're not keeping order, they're turning every serious moment into a circus act for everyone to laugh at. And now Jack's content has turned into pure nuisance streaming. No creativity, no effort, just chaos for attention. People keep saying, don't talk about him, you're giving him relevance. But let's be real. If nobody calls him out, do you think he'll stop? No way! Ignoring him will only make him go harder. And saying let Jack be chaotic is just irresponsible. This isn't harmless fun anymore. It's about how far he's willing to push things just to get eyes on him. He keeps stirring up drama and spreading bad vibes everywhere he goes. But here's the wildest part. He still hasn't faced real consequences. Instead of owning up to anything, Jack Doherty is reportedly trying to negotiate with the police, like he can talk his way out of the mess he caused. Can you believe that? He's so used to walking away untouched that he really thinks he's untouchable out here. And if you thought things couldn't get any wilder, wait till you hear this. Jack Doherty actually wrote a pardon request letter to the President of the United States. Yes, for real. A post leaked online showing that Soulja Boy, Jack Doherty, and Safari all sent letters to President Trump asking for a pardon for Sean Kingston. That alone sounds unbelievable. Each one of them tried to paint Sean and his mom, Janice, as good people with strong character. Jack claimed he's known them since 2023 and said their whole legal situation was just a complex business misunderstanding, acting like the punishment doesn't match the America he believes in. Soulja Boy jumped in too, calling the case heartbreaking and wrong, even comparing it to things he claims he went through in his own past. And Safari, who has Jamaican roots just like Kingston, told Trump that the entire case was some kind of real injustice he felt obligated to fight. But here's the twist that makes this whole thing even more unbelievable. Sean Kingston was already convicted and sentenced back in August. He got 3 years and his mother got 5 years, all for defrauding companies out of millions to buy luxury cars, jewelry, electronics, and more. So picture this. Jack Doherty, a dude already drowning in controversy, is now trying to defend someone who was already convicted. It's wild to see how far he's going. Jack's moving like he's fearless, or honestly, maybe just straight up arrogant at this point. No one has really checked him yet. From wrecking malls to stirring chaos in the streets, he's been flexing like he's above the rules and nobody can touch him. So now the real question becomes, how long can this keep going? When does Jack Doherty finally face real consequences for everything he keeps stirring up? Because right now, the internet's biggest troublemaker isn't just creating drama for views, he's pushing every limit he can find, trying to see just how much he can get away with. Let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.